Bloody Wolf is a port of an arcade game from Data East, and much like many of the TurboGrafx arcade ports, it's one that I actually never played in the arcades. This is one of the best early TurboGrafx 16 titles available, and one of my personal favorites. It only has one major flaw, and that is the lack of a two-player mode. But even without it, it's one of the best run-and-gun style games on the platform, and surely not one to be missed. The TurboGrafx 16 version was released in 1990, features 8 stages and plenty of power-ups, such as a shotgun, bazooka, flamethrower, and more. You can even ride a motorcycle, while there's still gas in the tank that is, which allows you to run over enemies and just have a blast. Bloody Wolf sets players on a mission to rescue the president, who has been kidnapped by the enemy. You'll travel through jungles, rivers, and marshes until you finally discover the enemy headquarters and take out the boss. Okay, sure, the story is generic, but its stages and overall gameplay is what makes Bloody Wolf such a great game. It's simply fun to play, and if there was a two-player mode, man, this could have gone down as one of the best TurboGrafx 16 games of all time. Graphically, this was a very impressive early Turbo game. Jungles, rivers, and huts all look the part, and each new stage has a different environmental theme, which is nice. It helps make the game feel fresh, even though you're always doing the same thing. There are also hostages in each stage that, when rescued, either give you new information for the story or grant you a little goodie. The music and sound effects are excellent, and I found myself humming some of the tunes as I captured the footage you see here. And while I'm only showing you the earliest portions of the game, I think there's enough variety here to really give you an idea of what to expect later on. I do not want to spoil anything, as there is actually a big twist that occurs about halfway through the game, and I never expected it when I was younger, and needless to say, well, without giving too much away, you will be playing as both of the two playable characters, but I'll leave that up to you to discover why. Each stage is broken up into an action area, a mini-boss, more action, and then a final stage-ending boss. What's nice is that even though there are unlimited continues, the challenge is still quite significant in the later portions of the game. Now I know what you're thinking, unlimited continues means it's like an arcade game and you're just plunking in another quarter, meaning you can finish it in one sitting, and that's absolutely true, you can. But that doesn't make it any less fun. If you die during the first action sequence, you restart the level. If you die during the second action area, you start at that point, and finally if you die at either the mini-boss or the main boss, you begin right there. So it does definitely make the game a bit easier than if you had to restart the level after every death, but I find this makes the game much more approachable and arcade-like. You can move in all 8 directions and shoot in all 8 directions. The power-ups are lost though if you die, so keep that in mind. I said at the beginning of the review that there was only one flaw with the game, and that was the lack of a two-player multiplayer mode. But there is actually one real true technical flaw, and that's the slowdown. If there's too much action on screen at any given moment, slowdown occurs. And well, there are some levels that are just jam-packed with action, so you can imagine how slow the game can get. Overall, Bloody Wolf is a fantastic game and one of my personal favorites from the early years of the TurboGrafx 16. If you can snag a copy at an affordable price, do yourself a favor and pick this bad boy up.
Of